We're ready, Mayor.
Sounds good. Very good. Call to order. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mayor Gerardo Sanchez,
Present.
Vice Mayor Matias Rosales,
Present.
Councilmember Mario Buchanan Jr.,
Present.
Councilmember Luis Cabrera,
Present.
Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco,
Present.
Councilmember Jose Ponce, Councilmember Gloria Torres.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Let's see here. Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, could you lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Yes, Mayor. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Africa.
Good evening, Mayor. Let's pray. Father, we thank you tonight for your goodness and your graciousness to each one of us. Thank you for the opportunity to just breathe another day. We thank you that coronavirus seems to be going down in our community and across our state. We thank you for those that are being vaccinated and those that are following protocols that are put in place for our safety and our good. We pray tonight that you would bless the mayor, the vice mayor, and all of the council, as well as those that are present here tonight to receive awards or accolades that you have given to them. We ask you to keep us safe. We ask this in your name. Amen.
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 Thank you, Chief. We are now going to go with the proclamations, career technical education month. Melissa?
Career and Technical Education Month, February 2021. Whereas February 1st through the 28th, 2021 has been designated as Career and Technical Education Month by the Association for Career and Technical Education. And whereas Career and Technical Education offers students the opportunity to gain the academic, technical, and employability skills necessary for true career readiness. And whereas students in career and technical education programs participate in authentic, meaningful experiences that improve the quality of their education and increase their engagement and achievement. And whereas career and technical education provides students with career exploration opportunities earlier in their educational experience, which enables them to make informed and beneficial decisions about their academic coursework and pursue established programs of study and career pathways. And whereas leaders from business and industry nationwide report increasing challenges relating to addressing the skills gap and connecting qualified professionals with available careers in critical and growing CTE-related fields, including healthcare, energy, advanced manufacturing, cybersecurity, and information technology. And whereas career and technical education prepares students for these and other fulfilling careers by offering integrated programs of study that link secondary and post-secondary education and lead to the attainment of industry-recognized credentials. And whereas career and technical education programs ensure that employers have access to qualified and thriving workforce, ensuring America is a strong competitive economy. Now, therefore, Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, does hereby proclaim February 2021 as Career and Technical Education Month in the City of San Luis, Arizona, and urges all citizens to become familiar with the services and benefits offered by the career and technical education programs in this community, and to support and participate in these programs to enhance their individual skills and productivity. Passed and adopted this 10th day of February 2021.
Thank you, Melissa. I just want to say that career and technical education is one of the leading I would say branches of education that is growing probably the most. And when we look for possible candidates for jobs in our community, they always look at the technical education, the qualifications of our population. So it's very important. It's a very, very important aspect of our technical education. It is something crucial. It is something that employers look for, especially the manufacturing and also the construction, and so the construction of homes. There's a lot of technical education requirements. At the same time, there's a lot of benefits for our youth and our older people who are transferring, let's say from the fields to a technical, more of a technical education, more of a technical job. So I am proud that we're actually doing this February, Career Technical Education Month. So I am proud. Hopefully, our junior college like AWC, they will, and I believe they have a lot more career technical education programs. And hopefully we could start seeing them earlier in their education, like in high school, like Mexico does, like India does, like all the other nations, like Great Britain does. And so it's something that we should incorporate into our educational system. Not everyone wants to go to college, and they do very well. So we need a lot more career technical education as part of our curriculum. So that's very good. So thank you. We're going to go ahead and go with 4B, Skills USA Week, February 7th through the 13th. Proclamation, Melissa.
Skills USA Week, February 7th through the 13th, 2021. Whereas February 7th through the 13th, 2021 has been designated by the Skills USA National Association as Skills USA Week. And whereas profound economic and technological changes in our society are rapidly reflected in the structure and nature of work, thereby placing new and additional responsibilities on our educational system. And whereas career and technical education provides students with a school-to-careers connection and is the backbone of a strong, well-educated workforce, which fosters productivity in business and industry and contributes to our leadership in the national and international marketplace. And whereas career and technical education gives high school students experience in practical, meaningful applications of basic skills such as reading, writing, and mathematics, thus improving the quality of their education, motivating at-risk students, and giving all students leadership opportunities in their fields and in their communities. And whereas career and technical education offers individuals lifelong opportunities to learn new skills, which provide them with career choices and potential satisfaction. And whereas the ever-increasing cooperative efforts of career and technical educators, business, and industry stimulate the growth and vitality of our economy and that of the entire nation by preparing graduates from career fields forecast to experience the largest and fastest growth in the next decade. Whereas Skills USA, a national organization for students preparing for technical, skilled, and service occupations in high schools and colleges, technical schools, helps its members become world-class workers and responsible Americans. And whereas Skills USA is preparing more than 365,000 students annually to be high-performance workers. Now, therefore, Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, does hereby proclaim the week of February 7th through the 13th, 2021 as Skills USA Week in the City of San Luis and urges all citizens to acquaint themselves with the purposes and activities of Skills USA and to give help and encouragement to the members who are working hard to achieve the goals that will make them outstanding skilled workers in our communities. Passed and adopted this 10th day of February 2021.
Thank you, Melissa. I just want to say that it's amazing how Skills USA has grown, and I believe when I was in high school, it was not. I believe Future Business Leaders was part of it, but Skills USA was still not available, or at least I don't remember it being available. But it's amazing how Skills USA, the organization, has grown, and how much it's influenced. I'm happy to hear, and I'm happy to do this proclamation for career and technical education, and let's continue the good work. So good job. We're going to go ahead and go with for C, Future Business Leaders of America, Phi Beta Lambda, February 14th to the 20th.
FBLA Week, February 14th through the 20th, 2021. Whereas Future Business Leaders of America, Phi Beta Lambda, is a nonprofit educational organization whose first chapter was established in Johnson City, Tennessee in 1942. And whereas this organization has grown now to encompass over 250,000 members and advisors nationwide in middle schools, high schools, colleges, universities, career and technical schools, and private business schools. And whereas FBLA PBL inspires and prepares students to become community-minded business leaders in a global society through relevant career preparation and leadership experiences. And whereas members perform community service activities and strive to build a student's understanding of the realities of the modern business world. And whereas FBLA teaches high school students basic business and leadership principles, and PBL helps university, college, technical, and business school students to make the transition from school to work. Now, therefore, Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, does hereby proclaim February 14th through the 20th, 2021 as National FBLA PBL Week in the City of San Luis, Arizona, passed and adopted this 10th day of February 2021.
Thank you, Sonia. Sorry, I thought it was Melissa. Sorry.
It's okay, Mayor.
I'm really sorry. So thank you, Sonia. So do we have a presentation?
Yes, Mayor. We have three representatives from San Luis High School, Mrs. Nereida Lanzman, CT Instructional Leader, Ms. Zaira Gonzalez, CT Business Management Teacher and FBLA Sponsor, and Ms. Malva Alvarez, CT Law and Public Safety Teacher, Work-Based Learning Coordinator, and Skills USA Sponsor. And the presenters will be State Officer Ms. Mariana Flores, Vice President, and State Officer Ms. Valeria Gamez Marquez, Secretary.
Perfect. Welcome. Please, a warm welcome to it's really an honor to have you guys represent the organization, and I really appreciate the hard work you guys do with the students. The teachers, thank you so much for the hard work you guys do, and the advisors. I just want to say that it is something that the kids will not forget, and hopefully we are going to get a lot of productive and a lot of successful students coming out from the high school. So thank you, teachers and advisors. We really appreciate the hard work you guys do. So please proceed.
Good evening. My name is Mariana Flores, and I'm the current State Secretary for Skills USA Arizona. Good evening. My name is Valeria Gamez, and this year I'm the Skills USA Arizona State Secretary. So we are going to talk about Skills USA Arizona and FBLA Arizona, and we're going to start by talking about Skills USA Arizona. So Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce. The Skills USA mission is to empower its members to become world-class workers, leaders, and responsible American citizens. So for history and partners, Skills USA was nationally founded in 1965, and Skills USA Arizona was founded in 1967. And since then, we've had more than 600 business, industry, and labor organizations supporting us. For example, Lowe's, Toyota, and Carhartt. Membership for Skills USA Arizona, we've had in our San Luis High School. This year's membership was 934. In the past, we've had regional, state, and national officers from our very own district. In fact, last year, most of the state officer team and 2 of our national officers were from our Yuma Union High School district, and we will hopefully continue having more officers from our district in the years to come. So the Skills USA framework is one of the most important things of Skills USA, and it provides a common language for students to understand what they are gaining from Skills USA participation. It centers on industry demands, and it meets employers' needs and provides true career readiness, and it creates a vision for Skills USA programs. Leadership experiences. For leadership experiences, we have Fall Leadership Conference, which is held in Phoenix in a normal year, Washington Leadership Training Institute, which is held in Washington, D.C., Skills USA on Ice, Leadership Training Camp, Regional Competition, State Championships, and National Leadership and Skills Conference. My leadership journey. So I started as an inexperienced freshman with no self-motivation until my advisor introduced me to Skills USA, and then I got the opportunity to become a CT ambassador and travel to Washington, D.C. for the Washington Leadership Training Institute. And after that, I got the opportunity to become a CT leader for the district, and then I got to become the Region 1 Skills USA Arizona Vice President. And after that, I got to travel to a lot of Skills USA conferences and meet a lot of new people, and that really impacted my life. And after that, which is what I'm currently doing, I am the Skills USA Arizona State Vice President, and I have continued my training as a state officer. Competitions in a COVID year. Regional competitions, online testing began on January, and it will be ending this week. Qualifiers will be competing virtually starting this Saturday, February 13, and will end in the beginning of March. State championships, virtual tech events will be from February through March. Virtual leadership events will be every Saturday that is left from the month of February. And the recognition ceremony is April 7th, where the newly elected state officers will be announced. And the National Leadership and Skills Conference, gold medalist advanced to NLSC. Virtual competitions will be on June 2021, and we are still waiting to get more information from our national office.
Well, now I'm going to be talking about FBLA Arizona. I've been a member of FBLA Arizona for 3 years already. So what is FBLA? FBLA stands for Future Business Leaders of America. It is a nonprofit education association. It is the largest and oldest business student organization in the world. Over 250,000 high school and middle school students, college and university students, faculty, educators, administrators, and business professionals have chosen to be members of the premier business education association, preparing students for careers in business. The FBLA goals. FBLA wants to develop competent, aggressive business leadership, strengthen the confidence of students in themselves and their work, create more interest in and understanding of American business enterprise, create and encourage members in the development of individual projects that contribute to the improvement of home and community, develop character, prepare for useful citizenship, foster patriotism, encourage and practice efficient money management, facilitate the transition from school to work, and encourage scholarship and promote school loyalty. So this year, FBLA has a new theme, creating connections, and the national theme is to aspire. So they inspired this national theme, because everything in FBLA PBLM a member accomplishes and achieves allows one to be higher, and therefore we aspire. Now, leadership experiences. So the first event we have is FBLA on Ice. FBLA on Ice is a day of learning about the world of sports management. Members arrive at the Gila River Arena, where they begin a tour of the facility while learning all that goes into preparing the venue for events and games. This year, our FBLA membership is 268 members. Flex Conference, a day full of fun, of workshops featuring leadership skills and business-related topics. Members have the opportunity to attend a basketball game or an amusement park after the conference. Regional competitions. Regional competitions are an opportunity to practice competitive events before the state competition. Team, individual, and online testing competitions are available. This year, we had over 13 winners in a regional competition. State competitions. The State Leadership Conference is the premier conference on FBLA's Arizona's schedule. The State Leadership Conference is one of the premier conferences on FBLA Arizona's schedule. Members participate in competitive events for the chance to advance to the National Leadership Conference. Now, my leadership journey. So 3 years ago, I started as a freshman in my business class. I wasn't sure of what I was gonna do. I wasn't good at sports or anything like that. So I decided to attend conferences with FBLA. Later, I moved on into a CTE ambassador position, and then I decided to run for a regional officer position. Sadly, I wasn't elected, but all of that self-motivation later took me to Washington, D.C., where I learned a lot about Skills USA and what it had to offer. I got the opportunity to attend many conferences and trainings, and later I became now what I am, the Skills USA Arizona State Secretary. So our community contribution, we want to thank our City of San Luis Police Department for this continuous support during our students' skill application and growth. Our students have the privilege of being mentored, guided, and judged by several San Luis Police Department police officers and detectives during their crime scene investigation for the past several years, which has led our students to place at first and second places during our annual regional competition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. That was a great presentation. I'm not sure if the mayor is muted. Thank you for that. I'm glad that you guys had a great experience, and I believe this is a great program. Thank you to our PD for working with you guys and providing that great experience.
Thank
As
you.
mayor, if I may add, I just want to thank Ms. Landsman. I know she's a very hard advocate for San Luis High School and ensuring that we get the funds needed for all these programs. So Ms. Landsman, a huge thank you for all your work, and we're glad to support CT, like the mayor mentioned earlier.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate for everything. Like I said, and it's amazing. It's amazing what the kids can accomplish, and I'm just very proud of our students. I'm very proud of our PD. I'm very proud, especially of our teachers and our advisors. And it's amazing what this high school, the potential the high school has, and what it's doing. So we are very proud of our students, of our future leaders of America, and we really appreciate the hard work that gets done. So kudos, and I'm just so proud of you guys. And for the students, keep up the good work, and keep making us proud, which you do every day by doing this. So for the advisors and the teachers, thank you for your hard work and dedication. I know a lot of the time spent is extra. So we really appreciate your time and effort, and God bless you. And we really appreciate your hard work. So Muchísimas gracias. I really appreciate it. So thank you for the presentation. It was very informative. Any more council members want to say something? If not, thank you so much and have a great evening. We're going to go ahead and go with the consent agenda. All matters are considered routine by City Council, will be enacted by one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Minutes of regular council meeting held January 13, 2021. Disbursements from January 16, 2021 to January 31st, 2021. Total disbursements is $641,206.28. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you, council members. We're going to go ahead and go with our first discussion of possible action items. Discussion number 6A, discussion of possible action on matters regarding ordinance number 409, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, amending the city code section 133.04 regarding marijuana establishments without a dual license with a medical marijuana dispensary, repealing any conflicting provisions, providing preservability, and declaring an emergency. Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Just a procedural, information before we get started. There's an attorney called Ms. Pele Fisher on the Zoom line, and she has requested to be heard on this item. And so that's the mayor's prerogative whether to hear or not. This isn't a public hearing item. However, the next item is a very related item, and there is a public hearing on that one. So I don't know whether the mayor would like to open this item up to hearing her or move to the next item out of order.
Okay, go ahead and proceed. I proceed to go ahead and allow the attorney. I'll definitely want to hear what she wants to say.
Okay, I'll just give a little introduction as to what this item is. Back in December, we had passed ordinances that combined both the medical marijuana dispensaries and the new establishments that have been created by Proposition 207, which allowed for adult use of marijuana without it being medical marijuana in Arizona. And this is the general area of the regulations that needed to be amended. We amended it back in December, but now we're separating the two uses. Originally in December, we put them both together, which made it harder for people to have marijuana businesses. And the attorney who's on the line represents one of the businesses who would like to apply. So I'll open it. If the mayor wants to open it up to her at this moment, I can step aside.
Thank you, Kay. Proceed. What's the name of the attorney, Kay?
Her name is Pele Peacock Fisher.
Okay. Ms. Fisher, could you proceed?
Yes. Mayor, members of this city council, thank you so much for allowing me to testify this evening. I represent Divine Holdings and other related entities that are interested in applying for a marijuana establishment license in San Luis. I want to give a little bit of background and then provide myself to answer any questions you might have. When Prop 207 passed, it and the rules adopted by the Department of Health Services provides an expedited early application licensing process for Arizona counties with less than 2 medical marijuana dispensaries. Yuma County currently only has 1 medical marijuana dispensary, so there's 1 license available to the county as part of this one-time expedited early applicant process. This application, as part of this application process, the Department of Health Services will be accepting applications, or they started accepting applications on January 19th, and that will continue through March 9th. As part of an application, the applicant must submit what is titled an adult use zoning form that's issued by the Department of Health Services. The form is essentially a local jurisdiction sign-off that the proposed marijuana establishment location is in the correct zone, subject to any additional local zoning requirements for the proposed location to open and operate. Prop 207 allows a locality to enact reasonable zoning regulations. However, a locality may not enact an ordinance that is more restrictive than a comparable ordinance for medical marijuana dispensaries, or that makes the operation of a marijuana establishment unduly subverted. As you previously allowed for medical marijuana dispensaries subject to specific zoning regulations, when ordinances 403 and 404 were adopted in December, these ordinances restricted the operation of a marijuana establishment except for one that has a dual license with a medical marijuana dispensary. As St. Louis currently does not have a medical marijuana dispensary, the requirement for a dual license is impossible to meet. It will make that, or it will make that makes the ordinances more restrictive than were intact for a medical dispensary. And so we appreciate the council considering 409 and 4010 for approval tonight. I want to encourage you we support the passage of both ordinances. This is a one-time limited application process that will close on March 9th. And if passed, these potential applicants, if not passed, you guys will close the door on the possibility of a location in your city, and you'll lose the potential opportunity to have a marijuana establishment located in your city. I just want to encourage you to think about the potential losses of closing this store. These really include local transactional privilege tax revenue, potential jobs, consumer and patient access for its citizens, and possible legal ramification. This one-time opportunity and the location of the license issued under this licensing application is fixed, meaning that it cannot move out of the county. Accordingly, the revenue, the jobs, and the patient consumer access will not leave the county. I've been very involved in the Department of Health Services rules around this application process, and with multiple localities as they've considered their zonings going forward. I really want to be available to answer any questions you have about this process and the zoning requirements, and I appreciate your consideration of these ordinances.
This is Mayor Sanchez. Ms. Fisher, thank you for the comment. And we discussed this in our workshop last week, and Proposition 207 was basically the will of the voters. We might have different opinions or reservations, but this was the will of the voters, and we're just trying to avoid any legal issues that might derive by our actions. And like I mentioned, it is the will of the voters who decided, and is protected by the Arizona State Constitution. Constitution. And so it's really, some people are for it, but the vast majority some people are against it, some people, the majority were for it. The same thing goes for the medical marijuana, and it's got its purpose. So we're just trying to do our part and follow the guidance of the will of our voters, of the people of the state of Arizona. So thank you, Ms. Fisher, for those comments.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your take on it, and I agree completely. And I'm available if you have any additional questions about the application or zoning requirements. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open the floor to council members if they have any questions or comments. I know we discussed this topic in our work session, and I just want to make sure that everyone gets heard. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Vice Mayor. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, all good, ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Gloria Torres, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilmember Ponce, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Buchanan, any comments, questions, or concerns?
Madam Mayor, thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, comments, questions, or concerns?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Luis Cabrera, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. I will now proceed to hear a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve the reading of ordinance number 409 by title only.
Second.
A motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Sonia?
Give me 1 second, Mayor. I need to ask Kay a question regarding the ordinance.
The caption has to declare an emergency. However, if it's not declared an emergency, it will go into effect March 12th. I prefer it not be an emergency, just because it does give the 30 days in between passage for possible referendum. It's more due process for the public on this particular issue, and staff can mark the boxes that are needed for the process with the Arizona Department of Health Services by saying that the ordinance did pass and explaining that it will go into effect March 12th. And Sonia wants to know whether she reads the title to include the declaration of an emergency so that it would go immediately. And I would say go ahead and read the title with the declaration in it, as it gives the public more notice that possibly it could go into effect immediately.
Yeah, this is Glenn Gimbut. To add to this, for an emergency ordinance to pass, it needs 6 votes of council. Even if you have an emergency clause, but less than 6 votes are in favor of it, the ordinance still passes, but without the emergency clause. So if you will, it doesn't hurt to have the reading of the version with the emergency clause. Also, council should be aware, and my apologies because I did not, the audio on my iPhone had you breaking up, so I was unclear of exactly what you said in your presentation. The council should be aware that the Planning and Zoning Commission last night recommended to deny the ordinance changes. Council has the full power to do what it wishes. It does not have to follow the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission.
And this particular ordinance is not the zoning ordinance. This is the ordinance that adjusts the...
That's true, Kay, but it's interlinked. And
Yes,
so if
they
this
are.
one passes and the other fails, we'll have
Yeah.
problems with our code.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
They are
Who-
mirrored.
Okay, Kay, who was the council member who proposed it? Was it Mario or was it Matias?
Did you catch that, Sonia?
No, I did not.
Who made the motion?
Who made the motion?
Oh, it was Councilmember Matias.
Matias,
and-
do you wish to add the emergency clause to it?
No, sir. I read the motion the way I wanted to present it.
Thank you. So noted. So there is a motion on the floor. There is a second. All those in favor?
Well, we voted already on it. I think we're about reading the.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sonia didn't read the title, did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just go ahead. Let me read it as I pass as the motion passed.
Okay.
Sonia, could you read the motion? Could you read the motion? please?
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance number 409, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Luis, Arizona, amending the San Luis City Code Section 133.04 regarding marijuana establishments without a dual license with a medical marijuana dispensary, repealing any conflicting provisions and providing for severability.
Thank you, Sonia. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve and adopt ordinance number 409.
And declare a motion or declare emergency or not?
I'm not saying I want to declare an emergency.
Okay.
I want to move to approve and adopt ordinance number 409.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Without a declaration of emergency.
The next item is the
Thank you,
mirror
Council. We're gonna
item.
go ahead and go to item number 6B, public hearing followed by discussion and possible action on all matters regarding text amendment case number 2021-050, an ordinance number 410, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Luis, Arizona, amending section 152.013, definitions in sections 152.225, medical marijuana, to provide for the regulation of marijuana establishments and/or marijuana testing facilities, repealing the conflicting provisions, and providing for severability and declaring an emergency. I will now entertain a motion to open public hearing.
So move.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Jose?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. As mentioned, this is interlinked with the previous item. Just wanted to mention that the Planning and Zoning Commission voted recommend denial on the meeting yesterday. Staff is recommending approval. I don't know if Glenn has anything else to say on this item.
No, except again, legally speaking, council may do what it wishes. It does not have to follow the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay, could you repeat the recommendation? What was the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning yesterday?
They recommended to deny the text amendment.
Okay. And their justification was?
They just didn't agree to the change because they previously agreed to change it back in December, and I guess they didn't want to change their mind.
Interesting. Okay. This is a public hearing. This is a time for anyone from the public, from staff, to hear comments. I will now entertain a motion. I will now entertain any public comments. Did we receive any comments from the public, Jose, or Sonia, or Melissa?
During the process, we didn't receive any comments. Sonia?
Mayor, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, the city clerk's office did not receive any comments in favor of or against this item.
Okay. And there's no one from the public that wants to talk at this point in time?
Maybe Ms. Peacock wants to speak for the record on the public section of it. Or just-
Thank you. I won't repeat what I already provided. testimony on the previous agenda item. I'll just add that I was able to listen in to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, and I think that there was dialogue regarding future opportunities, and I just want to make clear that this early applicant expedited licensing process is really a one-time bite at the apple for a potential opportunity for a license. How the license allocation will go forward after this, it's really unknown if when there'll be additional licenses available, where they'll be located. And so this is really a limited one-time license application process to try to backfill some of the counties that have 2 or fewer medical marijuana dispensaries. And I'm happy again to answer any questions or to go over anything in my previous testimony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher. Anyone else from the public that wishes to make a comment? Staff?
Mayor, I just want to mention that on this item, we also provided the option to declare the ordinance an emergency, but staff is recommending not to. And once this is approved, we will be able to fill out the paperwork that is needed from the planning and zoning to do the applications for the state.
Thank you, Jose. I will now open the floor to council members and see if they have any comments, questions, or concerns. Vice Mayor, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, sir.
Thank you. Let's see here. Luis Cabrera, any comments, questions, or concerns?
Oh, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Gloria Torres, comments, questions, or concerns? Gloria?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Ponce, any comments, questions, or concerns? Jose? Jose?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Africa Luna Carrasco, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Maria Buchanan, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, thanks.
Thank you. If there's no more comments, questions, or concerns, I will now entertain a motion to close public hearing.
So moved.
Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve reading of ordinance number 410 by title only.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Sonia?
Ordinance number 410, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Luis, Arizona, amending the San Luis City Code Section 152.225 regarding medical marijuana and marijuana establishment uses by amending subsections 152.225G and 152.225H, repealing any conflicting provisions and providing for severability.
Thank you, Sonia. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve and adopt ordinance number 410.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Ms. Fisher. Okay. We're going to go with item number 6C, public hearing followed by discussion and possible action on matters regarding text amendment case number 20200794 and ordinance number 411 and ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Luis, Arizona, by amending section 152.047D1 of the San Luis City Code to change some deadline for major general plan amendment applications, repealing conflicting provisions and providing for severability. Jose, I will now entertain a motion to go into public hearing.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. This is the time for the public to comment, and I'm going to go ahead and open the floor to Jose Guzman, Director of Planning and Zoning.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, the purpose of this text amendment is to change the deadline application for mayor general plan amendments from June 15 to March 15. And the reason is because state law requires for all mayor general plan amendments to applications to be heard during the same calendar year that they are submitted. This will give us more time to process the applications. Last year, we received 3 applications and ended up processing them and presented to City Council on the last meeting of December. They will just give us more time to process and require any necessary documents that are needed. During the Planning and Zoning Commission of yesterday, they recommended approval of this request.
Thank you, Jose. I will not hear from the public. Did we receive any comments, questions, or concerns from the public? Sonia? Jose?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, the city clerk's office did not receive any comments in favor of or against this item.
Thank you, Sonia. I will now entertain a motion for any discussion from council. I'm going to go ahead, Vice Mayor. Comments, questions, or concerns?
None, Mayor.
Thank you. Gloria Torres, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Jose Ponce, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, sir. Thank you.
Mario Buchanan, comments, questions, or concerns?
None, Mayor.
Thank you. Figueroa Carrasco, comments, questions, or concerns?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Luis Cabrera, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. So there's no more comments, questions, or concerns. Any comments, questions from staff? If not, last call for the public. Any comments, questions, or concerns? I will now take a motion to close public hearing.
So move.
Second.
Second.
The motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. I will now obtain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve reading of ordinance number 411 by title only.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Sonia?
Ordinance number 411, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, amending the San Luis City Code Section 152.047D1 to change the submittal deadline for major general plan amendment applications, repealing any conflicting provisions and providing for severability.
Thank you, Sonia. I will now obtain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve and adopt ordinance number 411.
Second.
There's a motion. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you, Council. We're going to go ahead and go to item number 6D, public hearing followed by discussion, possible action on matters regarding text amendment case number 2020793 and ordinance number 412, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of Arizona amending section 152.243 to change the required parking by land use type, repealing conflicting provisions and providing for severability. I will now entertain a motion to open public hearing.
So moved.
So moved. Second. Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. It is now time this is an open public to the public. And Jose, Sonia, did we receive any comments, questions, or concerns from the public?
Mayor, during the process, we didn't receive any comments or questions from the public.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, the city clerk's office did not receive any comments in favor of or against this item. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from staff?
So, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, the purpose of this text amendment is just to continue being development friendly. We compare the requirements for parking spaces to other municipalities, and there were some that they were too restrictive. There are three main changes on the proposed text amendment, which is the required parking for from gym or health clubs. The current regulations require one space per every 100 square feet. So the proposed change is to require one space per every 300 square feet. The same thing with the warehousing. The current regulations require one space per every 900 square feet. When we compare with other municipalities, it was too restrictive. The proposed requirement is one space per every 1,500 square feet. And we also added under the commercial parking requirements, we added an item that says commercial businesses, and just a general, for any future businesses that we don't know they're coming into San Luis, we have a general requirement of one space per every 300 square feet.
I would like to comment, Jose, thank you for making these changes. It has been very restrictive, these requirements, or it has caused a lot of hours spent in council. And hopefully this will make us more business friendly. And hopefully this will actually promote and help those businesses that thought about coming to San Luis, but saw the parking restrictions too limited. And that's probably the reason why they avoided the city of San Luis. So hopefully this will remind and actually show that we are business friendly and we are willing to work with our future customers. So thank you, Jose, and thank you, staff. Thank you, staff, for helping with this. And so you were gonna say something, Jose?
Sorry, Mayor?
You were gonna say something, Jose? I'm sorry, I think I interrupted you.
Yeah, we will continue to look into our zoning requirements to make it more development friendly.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you for that comment. I will now entertain a motion. Any comments, questions from staff? I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor for discussion of our council members. Vice Mayor, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, sir.
Thank you. Gloria Torres, any comments, questions, or concerns?
Oh, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Luis Cabrera, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, just to thank Jose for this ordinance. Thank you, Jose.
Perfect. Thank you.
Try without a capital.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? Jose Ponce?
No, sir, thank you.
Thank you. Africa Luna Carazo, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Mario Buchanan Jr., comments, questions, or concerns?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. If there's no more comments, questions, or concerns, I want to entertain a motion to close public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve and reading of ordinance number 412 by title only.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries.
Ordinance number 412, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Luis, Arizona, amending the San Luis City Code Section 152.243, Table number 15, to change the required parking by land use type, repealing any conflicting provisions and providing for severability.
Thank you, Sonia. I want to entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve and adopt ordinance number 412.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and go with a summary of current events. Events by mayor, city council members, and or a city manager person to ARS 38-431.02. I just want to say that today we met with the port director from San Luis Rio Colorado, and it was re-emphasized, and there is a strong mutual agreement between each other to work together and try to facilitate the movement of pedestrians and vehicular traffic through these times. And I'm very appreciative of the director. She was very positive, and she was more than willing to help the city, help with the traffic situation. And so it was a very beneficial meeting, and several things were discussed, but the main one was how can we improve the flow to Mexico? And there was also a discussion in possibly changing the closing time of the port. There was also the discussion about returning back to the 24 hours. I think 24 hours is still very open, but I think there are going to be some changes, possibly very quick, very soon. Possibly the closing time would probably be midnight. So we are working with the port director and their staff. And so we also talked about Port of Entry 2 and the traffic, the commercial traffic that we're seeing. And I'm also very appreciative of the port director that she is working, trying to promote the Port of Entry 2, and actually talking to the different companies and organizations that actually have established their business in San Diego, Colorado, and the region to promote the port. So it was a very productive meeting. And so we're going to see good things coming from this. So thank you. And we're going to continue working together. So that was the main topic. Okay, so any more comments, questions, or concerns, or any events by council members or staff?
Mayor, may I?
Yes, please, Africa.
So I just want to report to you guys that back in October, we all received an email about joining the Colorado River Citizens Forum. So I put in for it, and I was notified in December that I was appointed by the commissioner for it. So we had our first meeting January 27th, and I was appointed for 2 years. The meetings will be held quarterly, and our first meeting was in January, as I mentioned. It was more of an introduction, and they let us know like the rules and regulations, and then after that, I'll keep you guys posted as we meet and what topics will be discussed. But they did mention that once we start conducting meetings in person, they would like to have the first one here in San Luis, which I was very happy to hear that from them. So I'll keep everybody posted as well as everything starts to develop. And then also yesterday, I attended the library meeting. They're reporting that the programs for the past month were low because of COVID, obviously. So they had a lot of employees, either themselves or family members, that were COVID positive. So because of that, the programs kind of slowed down, but they're working on increasing for future months, and also the centennial celebration. They're working on that 100th anniversary for Heritage Library. And that's it, Mayor. I think.
Thank you, Africa. Thank you for that. And it's really good news that they want to meet in San Luis when you guys meet in person. So kudos and congratulations, and thank you for being and participating in those two different agencies, organizations. So thank you, Africa, and thank you for the report.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Africa. I just wanted to also mention that a few weeks ago, months ago, I think we received an email as well to if we were interested in being part of the Arizona City and Leagues Executive Committee. We went ahead and submitted an application for myself to represent City of San Luis. Fortunately, we did get notification last week that they received multiple applications, and I was not selected for it. They did send a list of everyone that was selected, and it looks like it was all mayors for that committee. So probably they went by the thing, but it's a good opportunity, and I appreciate them reviewing the application and giving us the opportunity. But maybe next time, next year.
Thank you, Matthias. I'm gonna go ahead and, if there's no more comments, questions.
Mayor, if I may, just quickly add, yesterday, Somerton School District had their governing board meeting, and they voted to maintain remote until their next board meeting, see how the numbers are going. So I think that was good I know a few of our residents are part of Somerton School District, but very little, but I know there are some, so it's gonna continue remote.
Okay. Thank you, Luis. Appreciate it. Yeah. As we get vaccinated, I think we're going to see a lot more people opening their doors and having more open meetings. So hopefully, the more people we vaccinate, I think we are going to be opening our doors also. So we all need to get vaccinated. So, but the problem is the number of vaccines available. So thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Mayor, can I add one little thing?
Yes.
In regards to the email we received with all the projects from Louis' department, just if he's in the audience, just to thank him for it. That was very a positive email that we received. I was glad to look at all the things that we've accomplished, and by we I mean them.
Okay, good. Thank you, Africa. If not, if that's it, we're gonna entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. So I'm gonna give you, how much time do you guys need, Sonia?
2 minutes, Mayor.
So 2-minute break, guys. So, and then we'll meet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are we live? Are we recording?
Yes,
Thank you. We're streaming, so I guess, okay, good. I will now entertain a motion to go into regular council meeting.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, we have item number 10A.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's separate. Okay, let me go back here. Discussing the possible action on matters regarding the mediated settlement offer regarding Yuma County Superior Court civil case number, that's what I meant. Number S1400CV2019000321 concerning the manganese filtration system at well site 7. I will now entertain a motion. I think we've discussed this item. Is this the same item?
This is
Okay.
Mayor, I move to approve the settlement of the Yuma County Superior Court case number S1400 CV 2019-00321 in accordance with the Rule 80. A settlement memorandum, both dated January 26, 2021. And I further move to authorize staff to enter into such agreements and/or take such actions as may be necessary to carry such settlement into effect.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Kay, for clarification, everything was fine?
Yes, we've covered all our bases.
Thank you. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn to the meeting.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
against? Motion carried. Thank you. Have a good night. Take care, guys and girls.
Night.
Aye.
Good night. Me llevan los papeles mañana para firmarlos.
A su oficina.